If you are interested in what we're doing, we become the leading enablement and adoption platform for commercial real estate. Scan the QR code. We have an online platform. We do custom cohorts and training programs. My co-founder is a much better presenter and educator than I am. I'm more of a, I do something, he does something else, but you'll be working with him and he's really good, so just check it out. Thanks. Oh, cool.
All right, let's give it up for Quinn one more time. Amazing. Thank you, Quinn. We have one last presenter, real quick. Now you guys are all could make professional institutional models. You're all certified data analysis, we call in real estate, which is much needed. So earlier I was telling you guys about the underwriting, so that's literally what it looks like behind it. But we have Andrew here from the Content Labs. They do content, but he's also an AI expert. So we're going to give you the mic here. And then mic you up with your own mic.
With my own mic.
Give it for Andrew.
All right, let me see here. Let me just set this up real fast. All right, cool. I'll just do it this way. Okay. So I just put this together like this morning. I saw Andy was putting this event together. So I haven't practiced it or like I don't. Obviously, I read it and everything, and I know what we're building, but I wanted to present it in a way that made sense for you guys. So a little background, we run the Content Labs. We started off as a marketing agency here in LA doing content for real estate professionals. Like Andy Troy was a previous client of mine. Maybe some of you might recognize some of these names. We work with them now on the AI side. Sal Valencia, he's a real estate investor in the South Bay as well. He does like 3 or 4 or 5 flips a month. So we made his website, and just like he was saying, SEO is very important. So that's something we build into all of our websites as well, is the schema markup, obviously the keywords and the headers and everything. This is his wholesale site that we built as well. One thing that I really pride our company on in terms of like building with AI is not making it look like AI slop. So for one, I'm tired of seeing like everybody's GPT flyers. I don't know if everybody's like seen those before. Tired of seeing those, tired of seeing like AI slop websites. So if I showed you this website, I would hope that you would think that this was like not with AI because it doesn't have the, the chips or like the glows and things like that. But Paulo the Source is another client of ours. He's a credit repair guy here in LA. But anyways, this is just a little bit of background about me. But what I came to show you guys was our lead conversion system that we've been building. So I think pretty much here everyone's agents. No? So just real estate professionals in general, right? What was that? Investors? Okay, cool. So if you own a business or you work in a business, obviously the most important thing is lead conversions. So that's what we've built here. So your leads leak at the seams, right? So we mainly work with local service businesses, so like HVAC, roofing, plumbing, that kind of thing. And what's special about those businesses is that if you miss a call or you miss a text or you miss a web form or somebody submits a form on your website and they don't hear back from you, they're just going to go to the next plumber, right? And I've talked to a lot of business owners, and basically they've come to the conclusion that speed to lead is obviously super important. So that call that hits the voicemail while you're on the job or at a showing, the website form that waits until you're done for the day, Instagram messages that don't get answered, and follow-ups that live in someone's head, right? So at least for me, when I talk to clients, sometimes I tell them I'm gonna do something and honestly I forget. So it's very important to have that follow-up. Here's just some facts for you. So you're 21 times more likely to qualify a lead when you call them in the first 5 minutes instead of 30. Your odds are 100 times better reaching them within the first 5 minutes, because obviously that's when they're most warm. And on average, each business takes about 47 hours to get back to their leads, which is absolutely horrible. So again, what we built is a lead conversion system that we build websites for our clients. I'll go over the demo of our website right now. We have AI that conversates on all channels, so SMS, voice, social media, um, like Google business profile messages, if people get those. Obviously, the goal there is to fill up people's calendars. So if they're local home service businesses, mostly it's like estimates and quotes. Once those jobs get fulfilled, we have a review conversion system where once the job gets complete, we'll send the lead basically like leave us a review, and it's gated. So if the user isn't obviously satisfied with the work, we won't send them a review to the Google business page. But obviously, if they're happy, we want to make sure that every lead is only getting 5-star reviews, because that also helps your rankings rise. So if you look up a plumber near me, typically the ones that show up in the map box are going to be 200 reviews, 300 reviews. So a lot of people lose out on that when they're not getting the reviews from their leads. So again, obviously you heard it here earlier, websites that take a long time to load, people are just going to click off. So that's very important. And again, we pride ourselves on building really, really good websites. So on average, it takes about like 1 to 2 seconds for our websites to load. And again, if you didn't know, 53% of mobile visitors abandon a site when it takes longer than 3 seconds. So those are leads that either if you paid for them through like Google LSA, or you're just really good at SEO and you end up on top, but your website sucks, then that's obviously revenue that you're missing out on. So again, SEO is important. So you want to make sure that you're being found by Google, but of course in the AI age, people are going to ChatGPT or Claude and saying, who's the best plumber in my area or something like that, right? And you want to make sure that you're showing up in those, generated results. So there's more stats, but probably I think what you guys might want to see is like the demos. So this is the website. To be honest, it's mainly a template that we use for every business because we sell to businesses like all over the country. So the chances that 2 businesses are going to have the same website in the same city is very rare. So this is just our demo that we built, so that way the website can sell itself. So you'll just see here, the headers are not just generic. They sell the outcome. That's what mainly people care about. Obviously, social proof, that kind of thing, call to actions. I can't tell you how many times that when I'm going through my cold calls, I'll look at a client's website and you can't find their phone number anywhere, which is obviously horrible. Again, our form, this is kind of where everything starts. So what's cool about ours is, which I'll get to, is as soon as somebody fills out a form, they're automatically getting a text right away. And it's not just like hey, we got your form, we'll be right with you. It's actually taking, what service did they choose? What's their timeline? Did they put any notes? And generating a message that's custom to them. So that way, we're not trying to fool anybody that we're talking with AI, but we obviously want people to feel comfortable. A lot of people don't feel comfortable talking to the AI. This is just some other stuff, obviously proof, services. So going back to SEO, especially for local service businesses, even investors, realtors, you want to make sure that you have pages dedicated to every single service that you offer. So if somebody searches like bathroom remodeling in Costa Mesa, we have one page that's specifically dedicated to that, which helps it rank higher on Google. Same thing with each city, Newport, Corona del Mar, Costa Mesa. Depending on wherever cities the client serves, we'll do that for them. And then obviously just about, and making it real easy on the conversion for the clients as they're going through the website. Obviously social proof, more proof, that kind of thing. And then another neat feature that we do here is going to be our chatbots. So has anybody ever used a chatbot? Did you have a good experience with the chatbot? Probably not, right? So that's something we wanted to fix for our clients. So ours, basically, obviously you get your standard, like, how can we help you, da-da-da-da. And then it conversates with the lead in a natural way that feels like it's very human. And again, I could go through the demo with you guys. I'm just kind of like trying to break it down for you. So that's our website. Let me go back to the presentation. So most websites end at the thank you page, and again, that's where ours start. So as soon as they fill out the form, they're obviously getting followed up with quickly, and it doesn't matter day, night, weekend. If you're out with your wife, your husband, if you're a local service business, if you're on a roof, you're doing the plumbing, it's always going to answer for you. Is anyone here familiar with like Go High Level CRM? Yeah. So Go High Level was like my bread and butter for the longest time, and I just felt like their AI agents or their AI studio wasn't very good, especially like one thing that I hated seeing from AI responses was M dashes. I just hated seeing M dashes. That obviously makes people know that it's an AI. So ours goes through like a parser with TypeScript where it fixes the response before it gets sent. So that way every message isn't like AI slop again. But I'll just kind of skip through all this because I know we're trying to get to networking and stuff. We built a custom dashboard for our clients, or we integrate with their CRM. When we onboard clients, preferably, we like them to be on Go High Level. But if they use like Service Titan or like Jobber Pro, I think is another one or something like that, we'll integrate it for them. So we plug in AI and basically everything that's lead conversion, which is website, instant replies, outbound call, voice receptionist, quoting agents. So I do have another client. His name's Luis. He does like junk removal, and for him, he just closed a $12,000 job that was closed from our AI agent. So for him, it's very important that he's able to take all the calls because that's $12,000 that he would have missed if he didn't answer the phone call. So very important. And our quoting agents are custom to each client. So depending on how you're currently pricing, we'll test it, not just like 1 to 2 tests, like we'll test it hundreds of times to make sure that it's very accurate. So AI talks, code decides. It's kind of what I was talking about. This is just, again, why I think ours is better than, Go High Levels or just like a retail agent on its own. Something that's also very important is the whole is greater than the sum of parts, right? So it kind of takes all of those services for it to work. One thing also is that our system holds memory. So if a lead fills out a form, let's say they fill out the form today, and the lead calls back like next week, it's gonna have memory and it's gonna be like, hey Andy, last week you messaged us about getting your house painted. How can we help you? And then if he obviously shared more information, it's gonna know that, and so that way Andy feels like he's talking to a real person instead of just a basic AI agent. So this is just how it helps some real estate professionals, for realtors, contractors, lenders, investors. You guys don't have to call now, but you can call that number. Basically, it's gonna demo with you what it might sound like for your business. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. If you want, I can fill out a form on like a test website so you guys can kind of see how it works. If you guys are interested in that, you guys want to see it? Yep, cool. So I'll make this quick. I'll fill it out here on like I said, this is kind of our demo one. Or actually, I'll fill it out on my clients. I hope he doesn't get too upset. This was a website that we made a long time ago, so you could say like we've obviously improved a lot. This is the Go High Level site, so it sucks honestly, but it works. So, but obviously we make it a lot better now. I'm trying to put a fake address here: 123 Main Street, Los Angeles, and let's just say
It's actually someone's address.
that's crazy, huh? Every time I put it, I'm like, that's actually crazy. So let's just say that, let's say I need pergola demolition, pergola demolition and shed demo. The shed has junk in it, or something like that. And obviously, it's a little different. I hope it works. I tested it, but you know how AI is, it's unpredictable. So, I don't even have my phone. Can I get my phone real fast? So I'll just show you here. Hopefully I don't have nothing in my messages for you guys to see, but it says, hey Andrew, we just got your request for that pergola and shed demo. We could definitely help you out with that. what does your schedule look like this week? I think the way we have his set up is that it doesn't do the call. So I kind of wanted to show you one with the call. So maybe I'll show you the other one. But you can see that this message alone is obviously not a generic, like, we got your message, we'll be right with you. It actually took what they said and, you know, put together a pretty good message. But I'll show you guys this one. So let's say kitchen remodeling as soon as possible. And let's say I have three, or let's do bathroom remodeling. I have 3 bathrooms I need remodeled. I want my master to fill Zen, something like that. Put my information. So you'll see there, sending your request. So it says, thanks, we've got your request. We'll give you a quick call from this number. And I should be getting the message here. Again, hopefully it works. If not, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing. Let me see. So this is what our dashboard looks like for our clients. So I'll go to Pacific Coast Remodeling, contacts. So I'm here. And then you can see that every lead gets a score. Obviously, we can get their information. This is from the form. Obviously, the service interest was bathroom remodeling, and right now they're not qualified, they're not booked, and we don't have a sentiment on them, but our bots are active. So we'll go to view conversations. And same thing, it says, hey, we got your request about remodeling all 3 of your bathrooms, and we can definitely help you make that master bath feel, that bath the relaxing retreat you're going for. What does your master look like right now? And have you had a chance to think about any specific changes you want made? So I think I don't have the voice agent active, but again, you can see how getting a text like this as soon as you fill out a form would increase conversion rates. And then I'll just show you guys how this works really fast. Should take like 2 more minutes. So what does your week look like? I'll just say I'm free next Monday. So you'll see this message come out. Here. Okay, I think it's the internet, but it's sent back. It says Monday's wide open. What time works best for you? I'm gonna say 11 a.m. And then it's gonna ask me for my address. I'm pretty sure after that. So I put 48. Oh, and then it says this is for your property. I'll just show you here on my laptop. It says this is for your property on Main Street, right? So again, it has context of what we put in the form. So instead of asking us for the address again, it already knows that it's for that address there, which is going to help conversions and everything. So I'll just put yes. And then see when it comes back. It might just say that I'm all booked and that they'll see us on Monday at 11 a.m. Cool, so locked in Monday the 15th at 11 a.m. for the pergola and shed demo. Again, it got that information from the form. So now if I go back to the client, our client can see that, oh man. Oh, let me go to the go high level instead. All right, so it's not loading right now, but basically what would happen is that obviously all their information would be updated, lead score, obviously their calendar would be there, yada, yada. Does anybody have any questions? I know it kind of tried to go through a lot. No? What was that? Oh, the test phone number is gonna be this one here. So again, you guys could call it and test it on your own, see how it might help you in your business. Basically, the way that call works is that it's just gonna ask you a few questions about what you do, what you offer, and then it's gonna go through like a role play with you, and then basically get you booked into my calendar. So, go ahead. Yeah, so basically the way we used to use N8N. Is anybody familiar with N8N? But now it's with Cloud Code and obviously the newest models. We built everything into TypeScript, so we actually receive the webhooks in our own like stack. So basically, the simplest way to put it is that it gets the message from a webhook that the user sends, and we're using the Go High Level API to receive that message. We send that message to our. Let me see if I can show you. It's kind of crazy. Maybe you guys don't know code. I was almost a software engineer when I graduated college, but I didn't end up doing that. So I'm like somewhat a software engineer, not really, but basically we have our TypeScripts that, again, take that message, parse it, put it through an AI agent in the simplest way to put it, and then says like, generate a response for this message, and then we give it all the context for that business, so that way it knows how to respond based on what that client actually would say in their own words. You had a question right here and right here? Yeah. Yeah, so it like very high level, it just takes what the user says, puts it through an AI agent, does some AI stuff, and then obviously spits it back to Go High Level. On the voice side, oh my God. On the voice side, we're using Retail. Are you guys familiar with Retail? No? So Retail is just a voice agent platform, and it's the same thing. Our agent is acquired with tools, so pulling our calendar availability, searching our database, our knowledge base, sending out text messages, different tools that happen in real time, just over the phone. And then again, it works through social media as well. It's actually funny. I turned it on my way over here, and when I looked at my Instagram right now, I had like all my friends were saying like, "Why are you talking to me like this?" And it was the AI agent talking the whole time. But it's like, why are you trying to get me into your calendar? Like, what do you mean? But yeah, so you guys can use that number there, and if you know any local service businesses, you have a question? Retail, yeah. RETELL.ai. There's like Retail, Vappy, some other platforms. Let me see. Do I have like 2 more minutes, Andy? Is that cool? 1 minute. 1 minute? All right, cool. So let's see if I can call it here so you guys can kind of hear it.
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for calling Pacific Country Modeling. This is Maya. How can we help you today?
Hey, Maya, I was calling. I had an appointment coming up. Can you check that?
Sure, let me pull that up. All right, your appointment is set for what upcoming appointment? What would you like to do? Do you need to reschedule, cancel, or just confirm the details?
I don't think it worked because it should have said my actual appointment. But you can see that now that I fill out the form and it has my information, as soon as I call, it already knew who I was. And I didn't have to go through like, oh, what's your name and what's your address? And da-da-da-da. It already knew that I was calling because that information is in the database. So yeah, Retail is the voice platform that we use. But you guys can call a number, like I said, and test it out. That one works for sure, but I don't want to call it. I want you guys to call it so that way you guys can give me feedback. And then obviously, again, with AI, we want to enable our partners to use it very well. So we charge it only $300 per month, and basically they get all this stuff. So we do finder's fees and everything. So if you guys have anybody to send, we'll pay you out for sure. Do you have a question? All right, cool. How's it going?
For the website, do you build it through Go High Level or you have
So everything that we build on the website side is custom. So we used to build them on Go High Level, but now again, because of the SEO stuff and making sure that the back end is actually functioning, and then we can put like custom quoting tools in our website. We build everything custom through Cloud Code. And it's cool because I actually have a skill. If you guys don't know what skills are, it's basically a markdown file that your agent reads to do the same set of instructions, so that way you don't have to, say the same thing over and over. So I just go like new skill or skill, new client. I give the agent like the website of they might already have a website. It parses all their information, and then basically makes the same website just with their information. So it really, if I sign a client right now, they could be up and running in like an hour. Everything, the website, the agents, everything. So pretty cool stuff. Any other questions? Cool.
Guys, so that's the last. We got 5 more demos. Just kidding. Just kidding. Now is the last one. So I hope you guys got some gems out of this. There was a great diversity of demonstrations here today. And Ariane, what time are you gonna kick us out? 9:40. Okay, so network for another like 10, 15 minutes, guys. Just one second. We built a photo booth. That iPad there is an AI photo booth. There's like a Forbes magazine, and you're in front of like a real estate crowd. There's like 4 or 5 prompts that are really interesting, completely free. You can even print a photo. Okay, so please test it. Help us out. This is our first live demo to see how that works. But thank you guys for being here today. Thank you.
We do have mentorships. So what are you doing? So it's a little bit different. So I actually came from physics. I just moved out. So I was there for like 11 years. I was actually doing government nonprofit. So I was doing humanitarian work. So I actually, it's a huge change. So I was doing a lot of overseas work, dealing with the government and stuff, and actually want to mainly build communities, like development, water infrastructure, like schools, like try to do something that's like impactful in the city. So it's a lot, it's very different than what I was doing, but I'm kind of trying to scale it. Yeah.
Set up like a gym bar.
Margaret by Maggie. Yeah. And this is like awesome.
So you have some cool stuff?
Yeah.
Different.
Well, I'm doing like, I found sessions where they do like for nonprofit landscape analysis, like how to build, like these things. I mean, it's so new for me, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, know yourself, and then let's set something up whenever you're available.
I'm available. Yeah.
Get on the club. Margaret, right?
Yeah, or Maggie.
Maggie. And then let's do a quick selfie together.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.